Jimmy Two-Time Unzology 412, BUCCO Baseball Week in Numbers, Week 1. After 2 extra inning games against the Miami Marlins, the Pirates now sit at 4-0, leading the NL Central. Complete total team effort with regards to pitching, relief pitching, hitting, base running, smart fielding. Couple errors on the left side of the infield, but the rest of the team picked up Brian Hayes as well as O'Neill Cruz whenever they had those errors. You know, if we take a look at the whole team and the makeup of the team, it's a younger team. You sprinkle in some veteran talent, but Henry Davis is playing in his natural position at catch and kind of learning on the fly with regards to that as to how the pitchers are pitching and what the game plan is for each individual pitcher. Rowdy Tellez had a home run at first base. You got kind of a couple players playing second base there. Short and third, you're anchored down for the foreseeable future with O'Neill Cruz and with Brian Hayes. And then in the outfield, you do have that young and old aspect. Brian Reynolds is playing well. Taylor, the old stallion at center field, is playing well. Olivares, you got Sawinski. You got a lot of players contributing to the success of this team early on. Now, if we take a look at last year, the Pirates were successful early on as well, and then they kind of fell off a cliff. So hopefully we're learning from what happened last year. We're able to go ahead and transition that understanding and knowledge to this year and be able to go ahead, get off to a quick start, and then stay in the lead. We haven't played anyone in the division yet, obviously, because we've only played 4 games. But next up here, we got the Nationals. And, you know, let's continue to get that ball going, continue to keep that positive outlook in the dugout. These players have learned to play with each other and have learned to win in the minors. Now they're starting to come up to the majors, and you got to continue that transition from single, double, triple to the majors. Have that continuity with this young group, young core of players as we wait for Paul Skeens to come up as well. Couple notes with regards to this team. If you take a look, Brian Hayes is leading the stats for the end of week 1. He's at a 444 in the batting average. Brian Reynolds has 5 RBIs, and there are multiple players with 1 home run each. So it is a full team effort. We don't want to see one player dominate all the stat categories. You want to see multiple players up there in the top echelon as well. If you take a look at some different facts over the first 3 games, this is the first time since at least 1900 that the Bucks have turned at least 3 double plays in each of the first 2 games of the season. So that is really good. It's an amazing thing. Whenever you see double plays, they are hard to turn, even at the major league level. So you have to have the timing, you have to have the pivot, you have to have your feet in the right position. So they are definitely working on the fundamentals, not only on the success at the plate, but also the fundamentals in the field. And that's really good to see whenever you have that good base. The second fact, this is with the 31 runs that the Pirates have scored in the first 4 games of the season. They're 4th this year in the major leagues, and the team on base percentage of 382 is 4th in the league as well. So not only individually, like I mentioned, but collectively as a team, they're playing well, and we want to see that upper echelon of stats as a team, not only spread out over the individual players, but also as a team, we want to see that up top 5, top 10 in the majors, because that really shows that this team has continuity and is playing together and is really relying on each other, holding each other accountable, and getting that going there. The last thing, the last time the Pirates began the season with a 4-0 road sweep was back in 1903 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Or Reds, Cincinnati Reds. I like to say Cincinnati Bungles all the time, but the Cincinnati Reds. And it's good to see that, O'Neal Cruz is producing, because from what everyone says, O'Neal Cruz is kind of pinned up against Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds. So let's see who wins that individual shortstop battle as the season progresses. But I'm real excited about the Buccos right now. I think you see those 2 extra inning games. There's no quitting this team. They continue to try to drive to be successful and to, like I said, hold each other accountable. That's a big, big component of team sportsmanship, but team continuity. Holding each other accountable. If one person has a bad day, you got to have someone else come up and help out and carry the load for that day, because those people know that maybe the next day or a week down the road, that game, they're going to be the ones that are in a little bit of a slump, and they're going to rely on their teammates and have to rely on their teammates to do well. So let's go Bucks. Let's go on to the Nationals as we wait for the home opener this weekend. But let's go on and let's try to continue the ball rolling with those Nationals. I'm real excited about it. I'm Jimmy Two Time. Until next week, I'm out.